get your land back, feel that sun, let the whole world shake. Stomp the ground, hit your feet like a pow, wow, 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 wow. Do it for the ancestors, do it now. Native, get your land back, say it out loud. We're still here, still strong, still about, no fear, no doubt. Stand tall, stand proud, damn proud. Native, get your land back, feel that sound, yeah, 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 yeah. We were here before the borders and the flags and the names for the lines on the map before the empire came. They try to bury our roots, but the earth still claims every step that we take, every fire in our veins. We're the mountains, the rivers, the winds that collide. We're the nations they hid but can never divide. We carry stories in our heartbeat that never denied. We survived every storm, now we rise with pride. When the beat hits heavy, yeah, the truth comes through. Every stomp is a message that our spirit withdrew, but now it's awake and it's breaking the old view. This land remembers us and we remember it too. Native, get your land back, feel that sound, let the whole world shake. Stomp the ground, hit your feet like a pow, wow, 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 wow. Do it for the ancestors, do it now. Native, get your land back, say it out loud. We're still here, still strong, still unbowed, no fear, no doubt. Stand tall, stand proud, damn proud. Native, get your land back, feel that sound with the rhythm, let the spirit ignite. Feel the whole floor quake when the truth takes flight. We the children of the dawn coming out of the night. Every step on the beat is reclaiming our right. They try to rename us, try to make us, try to
Good morning, Roger Thunder with Ancient Soul. Shout out to the Indigenous Revolution channel and Akima Zita, the group, for that intro clip there. My last video I did was called Legally Arm Yourself or Legally Open Carry, and so I'm doing a follow-up on that because lo and behold, right after I did that video, and I knew nothing about this is par for the course for me. I kind of foresee things before they even happen. But my last video you should watch. Again, it's called Legally Arm Yourself or Legally Open Carry, form groups, that type of stuff. Well, sure enough, right after I said that, within the next couple of days, I'm going to play another video here that indicates that that's already happening, and of all places, it's come from the Black Panther Party, which was another group that I knew back in the day, in the 70s, along with the American Indian movement. But there's a new reborn Black Panther Party based on the old one, and they're doing the same things that the old one did. Young guy is the head of that. And one of the things that I was talking about was open carry and confronting the police or the goons with a legally owned and arm yourself firearm, okay, and being able to carry it openly, because like I said in my last video, 41 states allow open carry. So let's kind of watch this little scene. This is from TYT Sports. It's called Terrified Cops Flee the Scene. And why do they flee the scene? Because this Black Panther gentleman stood up to him, legally armed. And you'll see the supervisor will come up and beep his horn for the other guys to get the fuck out of there. The other cops. So they leave. So this is exactly what I'm talking about as a deterrent. So let's take a little gander at this video.
I can hold my arm in my hand, just can't have my finger on the trigger. So don't ask me to do nothing that's against the law. Can I help you? I'm out here minding my business. I'm out here to control and watch you. Anything else? Because you guys like beating up our teenagers. Somebody sent us a video of y'all beating up the teenagers. You part of that. It was y'all. You don't like to be labeled in with slave catchers. You shouldn't have touched that whole sellout. You are a sellout. You wearing this. You are a sellout. You ain't protected. You got to do whatever they tell you to, including hurt your people. Because you walking up to me and I don't like you and I don't trust you and I don't got no conversation with you. So unless you're investigating the crime, leave me the alone. I don't care. I got a gun license right here. This is legal. Philadelphia Crime Code 6108. Move your car out of people's way and get the out of my face. Thank you, officer.
Have a good day.
You have a bad one. Sell out? Out of here. You smiling for a sellout? You know where you came from? Slave catchers hired you to help catch their property, which was us. Slave catcher patrol was the origin of that came. Out of here. Go where you're needed. We don't need your help. Get out the street. Like your son, you understand? Get out the street. Get out the street. Go with him. Go with him. Get out the street. You blocking traffic. Get out the street. Get out the street. Thought you was gonna disarm some.
In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Black Panthers were present, which led to the cops showing up. The men knew their rights, and we saw a walk-off from the police.
I guarantee you that when I put a hole in their chest the size of a window, safe line repair, safe line replace, that's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, we'll run and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no... Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't going to act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a...
So there you have it, people. Exactly what I was talking about in my last video. And it's already happening. It's already a good thing for this to happen. Now the Black Panthers, again, they go back to the day in the 70s with the American Indian movement and all that good stuff. Now I can't play that whole video, but the guy goes on to talk about how they're providing food and shelter and clothing and stuff like that. And this was shot in Philadelphia, and they're already gearing up to confront ICE. Now this is exactly what I was talking about in my last video about. I'm a little bit more calm. Probably won't use so many four-letter words in this video. But it's exactly what I was talking about in my last video about how you can organize, how you can plan, how you can carry firearms legally, how you can open carry. And that's the perfect example of what I said about let's check this rogue goon squad element called ICE. Before they get out, they're already out of hand. They're already unconstitutional. Let me go into something else that I want to talk about today, that I want to clarify today as far as the term, quote, illegal alien. The only illegal aliens on this North American continent called the United States is the government and the white man that came here and set foot on this land back in 1492. Not to mention the Spaniards that came much earlier in the 1700s and invaded this sovereign territory belonging to the indigenous people of this land. And this land was called Turtle Island, not America. But we'll use the term America and Native American because people identify with that. Kind of a fast forward terminology. This land does not belong to the government of the United States. This land does not belong to all the American people in the different states living and enjoying their life on this land. It does not belong to them. It is stolen land. When Columbus and when the Spaniards came in, they stole this land from indigenous people. Now, what about what's happening right now? they again are attacking indigenous people. And like I said in my last video, Mexicans are half Indian. They're tribal. So in effect, they are attacking indigenous people as a whole. And now there are several reports, many reports, of ICE going on the reservation and kidnapping people, or ICE waiting for people to come off the reservation to do whatever they have to do, go into town or whatever. These people are legal citizens. They are the first Americans, the first ones. And the whole indigenous population are the first people that were on this land. And I don't care whether you call them Mexicans or Native Americans or Latinos or illegals or immigrants. You can call them any name you want to call them, but they were here first. They owned this land first. So let's get that through your head. If there's any intruders here, it is the government and those who represent the government and the police and the feds and the CIA and all the other corrupt criminal organizations, including you, Donald Trump, mob boss. So you're all illegal. You're on our land. We're not on your land. Let's get that straight for anybody out there that doesn't understand this. Now, when the European man came over here and he slowly made incursions westward, some other things happened too. Now, on the western part of the United States, in California and also in the southern part down in Texas, there was no Texas. Texas was Mexico. California was Mexico. So when the incursion continued, overtaking the lands of the red man or the indigenous people of this land, as time went on, you had the Treaty of Guadalupe or whatever it was, where they went to war with Mexico. They actually, the incursion of the colonialists, and that's the word we use in the indigenous community, the colonialists, the people that wanted to colonize and subjugate and terrorize and genocide the natives of this land. These people, these colonists, as they moved across the North American continent, ravaging indigenous people, they also kicked or took people out of, took the land from Mexico, South America. They took land. They forcibly took land. Texas, you have the Last Stand at the Alamo and all that stuff. It's in history, people. Then if you go to California, you find that they took over the whole of California and kicked all the Mexicans out of there. So you're going to tell me that you're upset at people that are coming back to their homeland? Immigrants I'm not talking about the rest of the immigrants that might come across the border. I'm talking about the immigrants that were here first. Get that through your brains, white America. Get it through your head. This is not your land. It is stolen land from the indigenous people of the North American and South American continents. This is fact. This is truth. So that kind of puts this whole ICE thing in perspective, doesn't it? If you got two brain cells that you can rub together, you could figure this out for yourself. If you took a glance at history, you could figure this out for yourself. Let's do a little review on what Mexican people are. They call them mestizos, a mixture. I'm actually a mestizo, or I could be called a mestizo, or I could be called a mongrel since I'm 1/8 Chippewa or Ojibwe, and French and other mixture. But a Mexican is a mestizo, is a combination of Spanish and either Aztec or Mayan or one of the tribes or one of the indigenous nations, early indigenous nations, down in Colombia or South America and so forth and so on. So I stand up for my brothers and sisters that are being persecuted right now and disappeared with the violation of the white man's constitution. And as I said in my last video, this constitution, parts of it were taken from indigenous peoples. The Iroquois Confederacy and that stuff back on the northeast portion of the United States. So if you thought this was a travesty, which it is because of people being deported and rounded up, people that are not criminals, we know who the criminals are. The criminals are ICE. The criminals are the FBI. The criminals are the CIA. The criminals are the political system that was established by the white man. Those are the criminals. And all you people that are living in America, in your cozy little houses and, doing your thing from day to day and enjoying this beautiful country with its mountains and seashores and lush vegetation and streams and rivers and lakes and beaches. You people that are enjoying this, you should know that you're on stolen land. Now let me speak to these morons out there that are making comments, all the people that watch like Fox News and all the people that are MAGA, make America gory again, not make America great, make America gory again. Let me speak to all you people out there that are throwing fits and saying, quit interfering with our ICE officers. These guys aren't officers. They don't even represent what an officer really is. Again, last video. I'm doing a follow-up on this stuff, and let me talk to my regular viewers right now that are used to seeing me doing stuff for the Ancient Soul Surfing Association and the Red Road, which is this is a combined channel, but it's all indigenous. And as a indigenous wisdom keeper, I find it that is I find that it is my duty to speak out at this time. I don't want you to get the idea that I'm political. I don't want you to get the idea that I'm taking the side of the liberal Democrats, the terrorists, and I don't want you to take the view that I'm on the Republican side for the MAGA movement or anything like that. This has nothing to do, what I'm saying has nothing to do with politics. I hate politics. I despise it as an organized religion. I despise it as a white colonist mentality, colonialist mentality, a subjugating mentality. Now, I know people are upset about the deportation and the capture of supposed illegals. But again, this isn't just illegals or what they call it. Nobody is illegal. Again, you're illegal. You're illegal. I know people are upset about that. White America is upset. Why? Because they see tyranny firsthand. They see tyranny firsthand and it scares them. Because they're thinking, well, if they can do this to these people, then they could do it to me. Or who's next? And when they start snatching citizens off the street, even white citizens, and then when they start killing white women, as what happened last week, then they start thinking about maybe their own fear comes up, their own well-being and safety comes up. So, just thought I would put things into perspective here and double down on truth, okay? Double down on truth. It's indigenous people, Mexicans, the Mexican community. And let me recap on this other thought that I had about this. These people whose doors are being broken in. I saw a video today where ICE just went up and knocked on the door and the people didn't answer their door. A normal Minnesota neighborhood, looked like a typical suburban house or whatever, nice and clean, well kept. This group of thugs went up there to the door and smashed the door in with one of those big door smasher things. Forced their way inside. Were they holding up a warrant? Did they show a warrant? Did they have probable cause? Who were they going in the house to get? Well, they came out with some old guy. Looked white to me, gray hair. Some old guy. Wasn't even dressed in freezing weather, had to put a blanket over himself. This is unconscionable. So again, like I said in my last video, we need to arm up legally. We need to arm up. We need to do just like the guy with the Black Panthers did. We need to arm up, okay, legally. Open carry, all right? and stand up to the goon squad. Because look what happened in that video I showed earlier. They backed off. The supervisor came up, beep, beep, beep. I don't know if you heard that in the video, and beeped his horn. And the cops all looked around, saw their supervisor, and he was like, "Get out of here. They're legal. Don't mess with them." All right? So there the guy was, the Black Panther guy, black man in Philly, and they got a strong police force in Philly. They're pretty mean, kind of like New York. There he is, saying, well, as long as I keep my finger outside the trigger guard and under penal code, whatever it was, he rattled off, as long as I got, I'm in control and I'm legal, I can carry this firearm. And he faced off one guy. So, like I said in my last video, it should be bunches of guys, bunches of citizens, arming up, forming groups, forming little militias, you can call yourself whatever you want. You can call yourself the Red Panthers. You can call yourself senior citizens with arms. I don't care what you call yourself. Just get on board with what I'm saying. We'll see how long this clusterfuck lasts with this ICE occupation. But my feeling on the whole thing is it's just an excuse to maybe institute the Insurrection Act or martial law or lots of military taking over in the town. You know, I saw another video by another Black Panther, an older guy who was obviously alive back in the day, like myself, and he was advising people who had family in the military to write their family in the military and tell them of the situation back home or the situation that they're experiencing and the onslaught of the thugs and goon squad and calling upon their conscience to, if anything should come up in regards to taking an order against citizens, to turn the military to get enough people in there with a conscience. And these people are all family people. These people are just part of the community as well. They're not a bunch of hired goons like the goon squad, like the ICE squad, the despicable, horrible, low-life goon squad, unprofessional, non-trained, not police officers at all. So yeah, there's efforts on all fronts here to undermine and dismantle and call out this ICE thing for what it is, which is a group of terrorists. And like I said in my last video, and I'm going to keep beating this drum till something happens here. I will get back to doing surf stuff and maybe some historical stuff on native stuff, because that's what this channel is all about. But it's also about indigenous wisdom, the Red Road. It's about standing up for rights in the spirit of Crazy Horse. It's about all of us uniting and supporting our brothers and sisters of this nation. I'm not going to, I know I say a lot about the white man, but I'm speaking more of an ideology, because there's a lot of good-hearted people of all races that are possibly and very probably in harm's way. So think about the things I said today. Think about the things I said. You're so high on your mighty horse there, high, egotistical, brainwashed people out there screaming about getting rid of the indigenous people and supporting a brutal fascist regime. Let me repeat that I'm not political. I'm native. I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is truth and freedom. All I care about is the indigenous people of this land and the rest of humankind or mankind that suffers because of what's going on with all this shit. So I think I covered enough for today. I'll be around, be watching this. I'll be doing updates, but there's been several more people killed, all right, since that Renee Good, I guess that's her name, Renee Good. All I know is that a citizen was killed, innocent citizen was killed brutally. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know names, faces, anything like that. But there have been several other killings as well, and several other injuries, and several other terrorist activities by this goon squad. So stand up, people. Now, one thing I'm noticing here, I do a video, this video also goes on BitChute automatically. And you know how I know that YouTube is shadow banning this or blocking this or doing whatever they do? Because on BitChute I have 2 or 3 times the views that I get on YouTube. If I get, say, like 60 views on YouTube, which is just ridiculous as long as I've been on here, I get 300 views or I get 150 views on BitChute. So I am getting out to some people out there. And I ask that you support this channel too. I haven't even really been putting links to donations up, so I might do that again. But you should support this channel because it's probably one of the only truth-telling channels. It's not AI. I speak, I'm a real person here. Last time I looked. So you're getting a bonus just being able to watch a real person really talk to you instead of fucking AI. So support the channel by just giving it a thumbs up or whatever the procedure is. Like, and here's the thing too, why aren't people commenting? Why are people commenting? If I get 100 views, you're going to tell me not one freaking person wants to comment? That's another indication, all right, of shadow banning and blocking in the comment section. When I put up a video, I put it up no moderation by YouTube. Everybody's free to comment any way they want. Well, maybe YouTube doesn't like the fact that I'm not including them to kind of scan the comments. Nobody should do that that's doing a YouTube video. You're going to leave it up to YouTube to decide your conscience or the statements that you want out there or the comments that you want out there by people. You're going to leave it up to YouTube to decide that? See, I don't do that. That's another reason. So you should be commenting. And the people that are my friends that I know personally, You guys don't even comment. Take the time to like it and comment. And I know you're busy. I know you got a lot of stuff. You're pressed, just like everybody else is. But hell, if you're watching the video, just like it. Just for the effort put into it. So I'm going to leave it there today. I think I covered just about everything I need to for today. And I will keep you updated. And I will be doing more surf videos, surf lessons, and more historical videos and stuff like that. But the times dictate that this is the most important thing I talk about right now. So hang in there, people. Love y'all. And so I'll just say, Wopila Aho.